Hi, this is Meliana. Welcome to Asian Agribiz Podcast. Today, I will be interviewing Dr. Megan Edwards, Animal Nutrition Consultant at Integral Nutrition Singapore, about the Pig Feed Quality Conference that focuses on the critical challenges facing the pig industry in Asia. Hello, Dr. Megan. It's nice to have you in this podcast. Before we start, can you please introduce yourself and your company?
Thanks, Meliana. My name is Dr. Megan Edwards, and I am the owner of a consulting company called Integral Nutrition, and I'm very excited to be with you here today on the podcast.
Thanks. Volatile feed costs and raw material supply currently haunt global pig producers. Pig producers in Asia are on the lookout for strategies to address these challenges at the Pig Feed Quality Conference. So, Dr. Megan, what are the most important issues related to feed raw material supply today?
So the raw material market is very volatile and unpredictable at the moment. We definitely see significant movement both up and down at the minute. It's very unpredictable. The key to surviving times like this is to be knowledgeable about the alternatives and how to evaluate them and assess them. But it's also really important that you keep your focus on the real issue at hand. And the real issue is the cost to produce a kilogram of pork. And there are lots of ways that we can manipulate how we achieve that. So raw material pricing is definitely one aspect, and feed pricing is one aspect, but we have a lot of flexibility. We can play around with precision nutrition or diet density. We can also alter the market age and market weight, etc., with the whole objective of optimizing the cost to produce a kilo of pork.
Are there indications that the situation regarding supply and cost is improving?
In general, at the moment, we are seeing some ingredient pricing coming back. So the grain price has been falling a little. We've also seen some relief in terms of soybean meal pricing. But there's also volatility, and a lot of that has to do with global markets. And you can imagine that when China makes a decision to buy, it has a large impact on the rest of us. So I wouldn't get too excited about falling prices just yet. The situation in the Ukraine is still very unclear, and it's very unpredictable about how much grain may be exported out of that region after the next harvest. So I would stay diligent for the foreseeable future.
Do you feel that alternative raw materials will become more conventional and accepted even when supply of traditional feed ingredients become more stable?
I think there are a lot of alternative raw materials, and it really comes down to how open-minded are you willing to be. The reality is that pigs and poultry are opportunistic omnivores, and they really can perform very well as long as we provide those alternative raw materials within a balanced diet. I think there are some new and novel alternative raw materials coming onto the market, and some of them are a better quality than their previous generation versions. And so it just comes about to keep an open mind and to get to know the alternative raw materials. I do think that we're going to have to use alternative raw materials more and more as the competition for finite resources increases. We have an increasing population, we have an increased appetite for animal protein. We don't have any more land to produce food on, and we have very sporadic access to water. So the reality is that if we can make best use of alternative raw materials, we should be doing that. And again, that comes back to having the knowledge and the confidence to use those alternatives.
Timely strategies to reduce feed costs will headline the first day of the Asian Agribiz Pig Feed Quality Conference. What can participants learn during the session?
In the first session of the Pig Feed Quality Conference, we have a great speaker lineup. We're going to look at a whole range of angles, but the general themes around the day are about being dynamic in your approach to nutrition, and also to embrace knowledge and to use it to your advantage. We're going to look at alternative raw materials. We're going to look at alternative nutritional strategies. We're going to look at the value of functional feed additives and production drivers like sow productivity. And all of these strategies hopefully will convince you that there is room to improve and to create a situation where you as a nutritionist or as a producer are more resilient and able to deal with the challenges that we're going to face.
Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me today, Dr. Megan. Can't wait to learn during the session.
Thank you very much, Meliana, for having me on the podcast today. I'm very grateful to Asian Agribusiness and all that you do for the pig community. And yeah, it was great to be here today. Thank you very much.
Dr. Megan will lead the session on timely strategies to reduce feed costs at this year's Pig Feed Quality Conference, which will stream online on 4 consecutive Thursdays beginning September 15. For more details on the conference and to register, please visit www.asian-agribiz.com and click on the link for the Pig Feed Quality Conference.